Is it possible that I can make a video under 20 minutes? I've been trying for 5 months and have not found a solution until now. Pick a band that you really like that only has 2 albums. Welcome to Young the Giant. So I thought it'd be kind of fun for you guys to see my little bit of a shrine here, I guess you could say, to Young the Giant. I love this band, so I've got some cool pictures and posters and memorabilia to share with you, as well as the music. So really proud of it. A couple photos here. This one's the first of the 2 that I'll show you. They'll probably be in other areas of this video too, because I'll include them electronically, but I did print out a couple of these pictures because I actually took that picture at one of the concerts. It's not perfect by any means, but as you can see, I was in the front row, front and center, and really proud of that photograph. So I've had that framed, printed and framed. And then we'll go over here. Now this was a purchased item. I did not have this signed personally, but this is an autographed picture of the band. All 5 of the guys have their autograph on that picture. So really nice thing to have there. That was a purchased item. No, I did not have that signed myself. And we'll go over here to this big poster. This was I guess a limited edition lithograph, if you will, of the band when they had their second album come out, Mind Over Matter. If you pre-ordered the color vinyl, which was only 500 copies, you got this poster, 16 by 20, and I love that picture. So I had that framed, and I keep that on display because it's just a very cool thing to have. So neat to be looking at that all the time. And then finally another photograph that I actually took of the lead singer, Samir, Young the Giant. So really neat to have that one framed. So as you can see, if you look at my one side of my record room here, my music room, you can see that I'm pretty passionate about my affection for Young the Giant, so thought it would be fun to share that with you guys. We'll get back to the video, but you know, just wanted to share the photographs that I keep on display. Hey guys, I guess you can tell from the title of the video and the picture behind me, we're going to talk really about a band that probably a lot of you have never heard of or not that familiar with anyway, and that is Young the Giant. Young the Giant is a California band formed way back in 2004, but it took them 6 years to actually release their first album. They started out with another name called the Jakes, and released an album as the Jakes, had some lineup changes, a little bit of a change of format, although, you know, just minor tweaks here and there, but actually formed Young the Giant, I think, in 2008 or 2009, and released their debut album in 2010, simply called Young the Giant. So they only have 2 albums, so today's video is probably not going to be very long. You guys get a break from my lengthy marathon type videos because I'm talking about a music collection that really is not very deep at all. But my passion for the band does not waver only simply because they have 2 albums. They're actually really one of my very favorite bands. And I love both albums so much that I wanted to make at least a brief video to show you guys the 2 records that they put out, a few other little bits and pieces that I've collected, and just talk about the two albums. 2010, they released their album called Young the Giant, simply titled Young the Giant. And this album is a 2 LP set, and it is absolutely wonderful. It is one of the best debut albums ever, in my opinion. And I don't know, maybe you can call me a hipster, maybe you can call me crazy or whatever, but I love this album. I can listen to it over and over and over, and I never get tired of it. It has so many cool songs on it. I'll just go through the track listing with you since there's not that much today. Apartment, My Body, and I Got are the first on the A-side. Cough Syrup, amazing video. I'll put a link in the description box to that video because it really is phenomenal. God Made Man, 12 Fingers round out the B-side. Side C is Strings, Your Side, and Garins. I'm not saying that right. Anyway, it's Garins or Garins. And then finally on side D you get Streetwalker, Islands, and Guns Out. And it just gets better and better and better with every single listen. I've seen them 3 times in concert, and this first time I saw them in concert, I attempted to get the band to sign the LP. However, everyone was sick, apparently. They weren't feeling well, so when I went to the tour bus, it was a smaller venue in Austin. They basically said, hey, look, the guys are sick today, they're not going to be doing any signing. I said, well, that's okay. If I leave this with you, would you at least just leave it on their table or whatever and see if they would sign it? Anyway, I left it, came back an hour later, and he said, well, I got Samir, the singer, to sign your record for you. So it was something. I was happy to have it, so it was a great start. Then later on the same year, I saw them the second time, and of course they were in much better spirits and feeling better, so I actually had the full band signature on this copy. So I have 2 copies of this album, and this is the one, of course, I'm very proud of because it has all of the band signatures on it. I got to shake their hands and meet them and tell them what a great fan I was, and you know, I think that was one of the concert highlights of my concert-going career, is to meet Young the Giant and get the album signed. There really isn't that much to show you. It's a non-gatefold album. It's 2 LP press, as I just said, and you do get this insert, so not that much really exciting to talk to you about the album itself, other than to tell you that the music is phenomenal. And I would hope that if, you know, since I have some people who seem to like my taste in music and follow me and want to hear what excites me, Young the Giant is one of the most exciting bands going today in America. And I love this album as much as any other debut album, and forget the word debut, as much as any album in my collection, I play this more, or as much or more than anything else. So I just cannot say enough good things about this one. 2000 and let me make sure I get it right. 2013, they released their follow-up to that called Mind Over Matter, and you know, highly anticipated on my end, thinking, oh my gosh, you know, it took 3 years and here we go, we finally get to their next album, and I was so excited. And it really, for me, it doesn't disappoint. Now, I've heard varying opinions on that, and people say it's not as good as their debut album. I would say it's every bit as good. I mean, it's really hard to follow up something you love so much. But I do like this album almost as much as their debut album. This one here is a gatefold 2 LP pressing. I guess I won't go through every track on here, but if you want to pause the camera, you probably can read that yourself. But it is chock full of good songs, and this has quite a variety of pressings. This particular one in my hands is just a black vinyl pressing, and this is the one I play the most because honestly it sounds the best of the others that I've got. So I'll show you my obsession and love with this band goes pretty deep, because I got the black pressing, and I'll put that back later. I also ended up buying the, well, you saw, or will see in a little bit, that I ended up purchasing the limited edition 500 limited edition copy of the colored vinyl. This you had to buy from their website, and this was put out by Fueled by Ramen, and this is limited to 500 copies. And I did leave this one in the gatefold with the hype sticker, but this one comes on a gray marble vinyl, which is really beautiful. And it does sound good, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to mess it up. so that's why I don't play it as much, because there was only 500 of these. So that one's really, really cool, and I consider that a very prized possession of mine. And then finally, if that wasn't enough, then Urban Outfitters, a retailer here in America, put out a white vinyl version of it. It's a solid white vinyl version, and here's what that looks like. And again, it's the same album. I guess there's no reason to really take it out of the Lake sleeve and show you, other than it's 2 LPs on solid white vinyl. So, you know, I guess I'm crazy. You know, I wanted all 3 versions of this record because I really, really, really like Young the Giant. So, don't have anything LP-wise other than those 2 albums to show you. I've got just a couple other little small things that I can share with you. Let's see here. On that 500 limited edition vinyl, I'll show you a poster here when I take a pause, and we'll go and look at some posters. And then with that, you got a poster, you got the limited edition vinyl, and you got this photo book, which is kind of neat because I know there was a very few amount of these put to paper, so this is really nice that you get some great band photos, and again, just a nice limited edition thing that I have kept and really like that. Singles wise, I've only got one. They've got one single, well, they may have more on 7-inch, but I've only got one called Apartment, so that's nice. I actually somehow end up with 2 of these too. I don't know how I end up with doubles so much, but I guess I found another one somewhere cheap. You can see at the time it was only $5, and that was probably why I bought another one, just because I like it so much. And then this says it was a 7-inch record store day from 2011. So I guess that's a good reminder for me that that's where that came from. These, I'm pretty sure, are just on black vinyl. Yeah, just black vinyl. And I think that might be their only 7-inch. I don't know if their big singles, My Body and Cough Syrup, have 7-inch singles, but I don't think so. If anybody happens to be watching that's a bigger fan than me of Young the Giant, let me know. And then just finally, this last record store day, they did a 10-inch of a song called Mirror Ball, which is a really cool limited edition record store day exclusive on 10-inch. And I'm going to have to open this to be reminded. Yeah, it's just black vinyl. But it was really one of the big reasons I wanted to go to Record Store Day this year, is to get a copy of this. And on the B side, you get side A is Mirror Ball, which is an album track, and then you get Mind Over Matter Revolution Tour version, or Evolution Tour version. So I think it's a live version. I haven't played this in a little while. So yeah, you know, it's really one of those Record Store Day things that maybe not as exclusive as some, but I'm really happy to have it. So really, that's it, guys. Only have to listen to me ramble for, I don't know, under 10 minutes probably about Young the Giant. So there isn't that much. I'll take a break and go film a couple other posters and whatnot that I have, and some photographs, and put it all together and hopefully a cool video, and keep it short this week. So please check out Young the Giant. I'm going to leave links to a couple favorite songs. You'll hear it playing in the background as long as YouTube doesn't mind that. And I hope it encourages a few of you to go check out their music, because I really think that they're an amazing, awesome band. Alright, so that's it for this week, guys. Nice and short and sweet, and I'll come back next week and do something different. Until then, take care, and bye for now.
Yeah, we sleep in cars, oh so far from home. Watch the sun go